Back home, there are calls tonight for a new wind farm review system to stop the big power price fluctuations that caused chaos last week. Electricity prices skyrocketed on Thursday, forcing some businesses to consider temporarily shutting down. And the state opposition claims our reliance on wind farms was to blame.
When wind turbines had to shut down during last week's wild storms, it sparked an electricity cost rollercoaster that saw South Australia's prices hit almost $14,000 per megawatt hour.
Massive abundance of renewables is undermining the viability of baseload power in this state, and that's causing volatility.
The Liberal Party says we need to avoid massive price fluctuations that could deter companies from creating jobs here.
We'll be introducing legislation to make sure that any new wind farms in South Australia carry with them an independent market impact assessment.
But the government says that would actually reduce competition.
Will actually push prices up and entrench the monopolies. What we need to do is to smash the monopolies into 1,000 pieces.
The state opposition wants the economic impact of any new wind farms to be independently assessed before they're approved. The Libs say it might protect consumers from horror price spikes in the local electricity market.
Before we actually take on any more, we need to see what the likely impact is going to be on our prices in South Australia.
So trying to create a diversion. Look over here, blame wind, blame solar, blame cheap energy.
The Treasurer blames the Liberals for not providing sufficient power interconnection to other states almost 2 decades ago.
The state opposition believes it has a plan to protect consumers from rising power prices, but the Energy Minister says it'll do just the opposite. The opposition wants an amendment to the Development Act for new wind farms to be checked against their potential effect on retail energy prices. Liberal leader Stephen Marshall argues the reliability and cost of wind power aren't being considered in planning.
To make sure that that's not going to exacerbate the situation that we currently have with the highest electricity prices in the nation and a trajectory which is going through the roof.
To use the Development Act to try and stop cheap competition that would break up monopoly providers and bring in cheaper power would do the opposite. And what Mr Marshall was going to consign South Australians to is very, very high power prices.
Mr Koutsantonis says other markets buying more South Australian wind energy will ease power prices in the future.